Sometimes it's not just the weather that's sticky in the summer. Despite all the fun the season brings, sticky etiquette situations are bound to pop up.
Liz Aquino from the Good Manners Group is here with advice on how to handle these times with grace. And Liz, we started promoting this on Friday, and we had so much fun with the word sweaticette.
Sweaticette, yes.
So what is sweaticette?
Sweaticette, those summer situations that you're in that just don't know what to do. So I'm here to give you the confidence to handle those with grace.
All right, well, we're glad you're here, as always.
Thank you.
So we're going to start in the car. So you're taking a road trip, and someone has to be in control of the AC and the radio.
Yes.
Who is that person?
Always the driver. Now, as the driver, you want to be thinking about everybody else in your car, but really it comes down to your comfort, because that affects the safety of not only everybody in your car, but everybody on the road. For example, if you've ever been driving and it's kind of stuffy in the car, you get a little drowsy. Or if there's a song on the radio that's annoying to you, you might get distracted. So the driver is always in control of the radio and the AC.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, and I've always followed that, and I didn't know that was the rule.
You were doing it right,
Yeah, because I've always said the driver, if they're going to drive, they should get to do that.
Absolutely.
All right, here's another situation, like it's a baseball game or softball game or whatever, and some parent or someone gets a little too, foul-mouthed, uses some obscenities, and your kids might be around. What can you say, or what do you say? Do you just like move to somewhere else?
Well, a lot of it takes place before the game. So before you go to the game, explain that to the kids that they might be hearing some language that you don't use in your house.
Okay.
Not to be bothered by, you're just going to go and have fun at the game, but know that that doesn't make using those words okay. So after you explain that to your children, try to ignore the behavior. You never want to engage with a person who's screaming the obscenities. If it gets to be intolerable, you can discreetly go out into the concourse and talk to either security or an usher, and they've been trained to handle situations like this.
Right. If you're at a youth baseball game, it might be easy to move, but we're seeing that too at those games.
Right.
But if you have seated tickets
Right.
at a baseball game, you are
Yeah.
stuck.
But that's so smart. I'd be like, how stupid was I even to think like, these yelling obscenities. I think I'll talk to him about it.
So, okay, here's a big one, and especially because times are really tough for a lot of people. What are your summer plans? That question pops up a lot. How do you explain that you don't have summer plans without killing the mood or the vibe of the conversation?
Keep in mind that question is intended to start a pleasant conversation. Don't feel like you have to give a big explanation as to why you might not be going away. Don't be tempted to lie. Simply say, we don't have any firm plans, but we've really been enjoying, and then mention some things that you've been doing. We went to Idlewild or a Pirates game or saw a great fireworks show. Something to keep that conversation rolling.
Right.
That's all you owe the person.
Yeah, divert it but keep it upbeat.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk about play dates, because parents sometimes love play dates because, it gives the kids something to do during the summer.
Yes.
But then there are some parents who maybe leave their kids there too long.
Yes.
What do you do aside from just calling up and say, get over here and get your kid?
Right. Well, your children are not like a coat that you drop off at a dry cleaner and pick up at your convenience. Usually a play date is around 2 hours, depending on the age of the kids.
Okay.
As the host of the play date, it's important that when you extend the invitation for the play date, you give a firm end time. Don't wait till they're at the front door to tell them when the end time is.
Right.
When you extend that invitation. If you're skeptical about this parent, maybe they have a history of leaving their kids for too long, it's fine to mention something that you have to do immediately following that play date.
We've found this too, and of course it is an extra burden for the parent if you're holding this play date, but you can always say, we can drop so-and-so off at this time.
Right, I've done that too, yes.
So sometimes that's a nice way if you feel like they're not going to come and you have a heart out to just say.
And you're doing them a favor too,
Right.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Liz.
my
really
pleasure.
good advice. Now I feel less sticky.
I know, I feel better prepared for everything now.
Although the AC in the house is still an issue. We'll have to go back to that one sometime. You can go to PittsburghTodayLive.com if you want to learn more about Liz.